Hello everyone, and welcome to the GameClassiX Season 2 premiere, also known as the Halloween Special. So today we're going to be talking about 5 games that are E-rated, that have unsettling features / areas / levels in them, and I'm just going to be talking about why. Some of them are mainly because they're from my childhood. Some of them are a little more recent, so you'll see what's going on. Also, since this is the start of a new season, I want to promise you guys I have new content coming. I have ideas, or else I wouldn't start a new season, so they'll come even if they take a little bit of time. I just started college, I'm very busy with homework, I'm very busy with making food, I'm very busy with taking care of my pets, I'm very busy with all sorts of stuff. I'm very busy in general, and I'm trying to make it so that I can make these things, because these are the things I actually enjoy doing. I'm excited. I've been wanting a Halloween special for years, and so this year I finally made myself get off my lazy butt and do it, so I did, and so here it is. Enjoy. Ooh. The camera's still on? Oh. Okay, so my reason for picking this is kind of dumb, but I would hope someone could perhaps relate to the same situation, even if not with this exact game and level in particular. I'd say 2 of the levels and areas I picked on this list are both influenced by a distorted sense of fear from my childhood. It's pretty natural for a younger human to be scared of more things than an adult, and that case couldn't be more true for me. I remember whenever I got to this part of Sonic Adventure 2, I'd freak out and I couldn't bring myself to keep playing. Something about the way that the camera is positioned, giving you no real control of where you're looking and only allowing you to look up at King Boom Boo while being chased, makes for a great sense of scale, which as a child made me feel even smaller than I already was. I was incredibly intimidated by this boss fight, for honestly no good reason looking back at it, but as a child things just don't get interpreted the same way as they would be to an adult. Looking at this fight now, I honestly think it's pretty easy, and in a way kind of funny. The shrieks King Boom Boom lets out terrified me as a kid when he turned around and went full speed ahead at you after you chased him in a circle, but now I just think they sound kind of silly, to a point that I think that makes it difficult for me to honestly take this level seriously. However, the memories I have of playing this game will always come back to me every time I play, and I can't help but at least remember what that fear felt like. Luigi's Mansion always creeped me out as a wee laddie. I used to play with my parents so they could keep me from getting scared, because the atmosphere of the mansion was honestly truly terrifying to me as a kid. Its sequel, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, didn't get anywhere near the level of terror I experienced in the original, which was honestly a shame. Even though as a kid I hated the scary atmosphere of the mansion, as I grew and became more mature, I saw past the scary aspects of the game and just saw it as a really awesome atmospheric choice, which made the game do a wonderful job about being a scared ghost hunter trapped in a spooky haunted mansion. This game truly made me feel like Egon Spengler. The way dust floated around the mansion when you shined your flashlight in there made for an old and decrepit environment that truly made you feel like you were in a cartoony and old, uninhabited mansion. The very first room scared the heck out of me. Walking in and blowing out the candles and having the paintings curse you for turning out their beloved candles was honestly kind of terrifying. And it's your first player-driven encounter with ghosts outside of the tutorial, so things escalate quite quickly as you're dropped in the thick of it. Plus, the mansion feels huge, which as a kid at least, led me to get lost on multiple occasions in the dreary corridors. Feeling alone, except for the occasional transmissions and visits to EGAD, leave you in a state where you are forced to conquer your fear of ghosts, which as a child, terrified me. Here's hoping that Luigi's Mansion 3 gets some of that same atmosphere that was so rife in the original masterpiece, so that we can be terrified like we're all our 5-year-old selves again. So let's start off with a quick disclaimer. I've actually never fully played through Majora's Mask, but I have a good grasp on its tone and how the game works, and in terms of atmosphere, it was the first Zelda game that truly made me feel a sense of dread and fear. Talking to the townspeople of Clocktown day after day truly starts to open up the mind to just how oblivious these people are. The townspeople are so obsessed with their everyday lives that they just take things easy, ignoring the giant demonic moon looming above them, because they just think, oh yeah, sure, we'll be fine. Our lives have been good so far, so why would it get any worse, right? At least this is the perspective the villagers take the first 2 days. Come the third day, though, and everything has changed. The villagers are lazing around in a depressive yet panicked state at the impending doom that lies above them. You truly feel that they've given up, that they've realized there's nothing they can do. And boy, does that really make the player, keep in mind, the only one who can stop the moon hitting Termina, feel maybe just a little bit pressured, in addition to depressed interacting with all the Solon townspeople. There's never been a moment in a Zelda game that has made me so uncomfortable and honestly just sad, but Majora's Mask does a wonderful job at destroying your spirit along with that of the villagers. You can really feel the fear come out of every crevice of Clocktown, which makes for an incredibly immersive experience that left me relating to the downtrodden citizens in the literal end of all things. This pick is a more recent and lesser-known title compared to its counterparts on this list, but SteamWorld Dig 2 is a spectacular game by Image and Form that I think deserves to be in this list, even though it's an indie game going up against a slew of AAA titles. The point of this list is to include only E and E10 up games, and this game qualifies, so let's get to exactly why it's featured on this list. When I first started my adventure in the world of Steam, I was absolutely enchanted by the awesome art style, the colorful characters, and the honestly awesome gameplay. Speaking of which, if you guys like platformers, then definitely consider giving SteamWorld Dig 2 a chance. It's great. Again, back to the point. When you near the end of the journey, you enter an ancient computer system, and within, you enter a world of corruption. The game flips out, flashing symbols all over your screen, and sends you to a dark and desolate robotic landscape, riddled with scrap and parts. The creepy ambience that plays in the background made my skin crawl, and as you delve deeper, it becomes clear that you're not alone. Ancient sentinels awaken and begin to chase you at high speeds, forcing you to run away as fast as you can as they break through every obstacle, hell-bent to destroy you. I just have a personal fear of being chased in anything, and also enemies that you can't do anything against. And SteamWorld Dig 2 did an absolutely great job at making me cry like a baby. Thank you, Image and Form. Please don't do this again. Okay, my pick from Pikmin 3 has some story for it, and even though these aren't sequenced in any particular order in terms of necessarily how scary they are, this one takes the cake for terrifying me the most out of any E-rated game, and here's why. While my pick focuses on Pikmin 3, we're first going to take a little trip through the old nostalgia machine back to good old 2005, when I first played Pikmin 2 as a kid. It was one of the first games I played through completely on my own as a kid, and to this day is still my favorite game of all time because of its charm, story, characters, music, and lovely world design. To put it simply, I'm in love with this game. But when I arrived at a little area called the Submerged Castle, things started to feel blatantly different from the adventure that preceded me thus far. The music was creepy, almost sounding like Cave of the Past from Earthbound. In fact, here, listen to both of them together for like 10 seconds. It's honestly weird how well they go together. But after a good couple minutes of maneuvering the dark paths with my blue Pikmin, my heart stopped as something happened out of nowhere. The screen suddenly faded to black. It brightened again, focused on a small patch of dirt, with the silhouette of two large stone pillars falling from the sky with a sound similar to a jet dive bombing towards the ground. What sat there before me was an odd, translucent character that looked like a colorless gummy bear atop two pizza rollers. At first, his anomalous appearance struck me as confusing. I didn't know what this thing was. And what ended up actually freaking me out was that the game didn't either. The ship talks about how it can't sense the creature on its sensors, and that it appears to be anchored in another dimension of sort. Oh great, so that's nightmare fuel for me to deal with. Then the cutscene ends, and the music changes from eerie and creepy to, whoa, okay, there's a killer out to find you and murder you. And it's fitting, because that's exactly what the good old water wraith is there to do. It chases you everywhere you go, and it's honestly difficult to get a break running from this guy. Also, did I mention that he's invincible? He one-hit kills your Pikmin if he touches them, and trying to attack him with blue Pikmin and Bulbmin is utterly futile. Yeah, that's right. You're defenseless. It's not until the final sub-level of the cave that you can finally put a dent in this thing, and that's because when you change your Pikmin into purple Pikmin and then throw them near it, the shake they make from their fat little bodies hitting the ground scares the transdimensional creature and anchors it temporarily in our dimension, meaning it can be hurt. Eventually you break its rollers and it runs around like a wet chicken until you finish it off seemingly once and for all. Cut to 9 years later. Near the end of your journey in Pikmin 3, you're off to find Olimar, who has gone missing due to an unknown and mysterious reason. Louie mentions he might know a place the crew can find him, and the SS Drake sets out to the formidable oak. Oh, and let me tell you, that name is definitely fitting. Upon arriving, we're treated to the closest thing that could be considered a desert level as a main area in a Pikmin game, and a simply off-putting nature. You climb a large termite nest, and slowly near the top of this desolate summit. At the top, you find Olimar, but he's not alone. A small golden creature stands above him and slowly caresses him as some cutesy music plays, implying that it's simply taking care of him. Okay, awesome. Let's ask if it'll kindly return. Whoa! Okay, Olimar just got hypervored! It forms into a sphere, and you're set to pry Olimar out of it. Once you do, it slithers off into the cave mouth, and it becomes apparent that the only way to escape the tower is to follow it and descend from the inside. Upon entering the cave, you're treated with a cute little quarter and whoa, okay, don't do that please. And then it chases Olimar, hellbent to devour him back into his gooey interior. So you have to run away while carrying Olimar's body through a nightmare den full of creatures that turn into golden goo when they die, implying that everything within this nest is under the control of this mysterious creature. I'll skip over exhaustively describing the whole escape sequence in detail, but to put it simply, it's a nightmare. Once you exit the cave with Olimar, you enter into a circular area that totally doesn't look like a boss arena at all, am I right? And then the creature emerges shortly after you do, and then it morphs back into its prime form found atop the tower, except it's huge this time. Now it's you versus a giant golden gummy bear. A colorless gummy bear atop 2 pizza rollers. Oh dang, wait a second. Upon scanning the creature, it's revealed to be the Plasm Wraith. What appears to be an evolved form that's either related to or is the water wraith that you encountered in Pikmin 2. Thanks, Nintendo, for making me wait 9.5 years for Pikmin 3 and then making the ending a pure nightmare for me. Like, no, that's really awesome. I didn't need PTSD, or aka known as Pikmin Terror Sucks Dick. Then after the boss battle is finished, Olimar's released and it crawls away yet again in defeat. In the end cutscene, you can spot the creature mourning over the loss of Olimar as it waves wildly at the ship flying away. Yeah, so this fever dream that terrified me 9.5 years in the works definitely tops the list for terrifying me as an E-rated game. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It means the world to me. I hope you all have a super happy Halloween, and in the comments below, tell me a game that either terrified you when you were a kid, or maybe a game that's rated E that still terrifies you to this day. Because, you know, that's the theme of the video. It's the season of spookiness, so let's have a discussion about scary things that aren't too scary, but scary enough to be in this video. So, thank you again for watching. If you made it this far, which I don't know how you'd be seeing this if you didn't make it this far, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate that you were able to bear with me for about 15 minutes to get through all of this. I still don't know what the length of the video is, but we'll find out. I'm guessing 15, but again, here it is. Oh, whoa, okay. So, there's that. Anyways, have a great Halloween, everyone. I really hope it's stellar for you all. Be safe. Don't eat candy with razor blades in it. Or do. I can't stop you. It is kind of tasty. Anyways, thanks so much. See you later. More videos coming soon. Bye-bye.